Excuse me as I kiss the sky.
What's up? I haven't been on IG Live in like forever. It feels like forever. I think it's been like a little over a week. The last time I did an IG Live, I was talking about generational curses. I was talking about my family in my last IG Live, and it was just, oof. Like, I can't even believe I got so emotional in my last IG Live. Like, oh my God, I have taken a break from live streaming. I probably won't be doing live streams on YouTube anymore. Some environments I'm just not too thrilled about. I can't really have like spiritual conversations or positive conversations on certain platforms. Certain platforms are for certain things. But what I do want to talk about today on my Instagram Live, and I hope that anybody that's watching, you can possibly learn something from me straight up. But let me just tell you that if you go into my Instagram, of course, I have like tips up there for lifestyle and wellness and all that stuff. That's always been what I've been posting everywhere, so it's nothing new. But today I want to talk about spirituality, because it's not really something that I usually talk about often. I don't really like talk about it. I might post something about it, but I always felt like I didn't really have anybody that I could relate to as far as spirituality goes, because I have all of these metaphysical beliefs. I'm Buddhist. Hey, everybody that's coming into the live stream. I'm Buddhist. I just have metaphysical beliefs. I got so many things going on as far as my energy goes. I just don't like talking about it. I don't like, bearing it is kind of raw. So, hold up. Yeah. So, I had a couple of experiences recently that I keep questioning whether or not I brought these experiences into my life spiritually, because you can manifest certain things when you're on a specific energy. Hey, grasshopper, I see you forever. Hey, grasshopper. Anyway, so there's a lot of things that I've been experiencing for the past 2 days that I've been trying to figure out, did I bring this into my energy? How did I bring it into my energy? And that's one of the most important things as far as my life goes, is manifesting the right thing and trying to keep the toxic stuff out of my life, because it took me 3 long years to break the soul tie that I had. I had a toxic soul tie to my son's father, and it took me 3 years to break this soul tie. So now, 3 years. I don't want y'all to think I'm stupid because I put up 3 years. It took me 3 years to break this soul tie with my son's father, because I was so spiritually connected to him, and I never want to make that mistake again as far as friendships, even social media platforms. I think I had a terrible soul tie to YouTube, and YouTube was such a toxic environment for me. It's not a toxic environment for everybody, but it was a toxic environment for me, and I feel like pulling away from it the way that I did was one of the best things that I did. A app can also have bad energy attached to it, and a lot of people like find that hard to believe, but definitely the communities in certain apps in certain places, the energy there is kind of off. And sometimes when you are trying to find a tribe, or you're trying to be a part of a village, or you're trying to do like spiritual work and stuff like that, a lot of times you won't find the right people to get attached to. It's kind of like finding a church home. Who a Christian and been out here trying to find a church home? Sometimes that can be like really hard. It can be like super difficult to find the right people to fellowship with. And that's what a lot of these social media apps are about. Social. It's about you being social and fitting into the right communities. And most communities, I'm telling you, I don't fit in, because I'm just a different type of person, and a lot of people can't relate to me. That's why, if you ever felt like a lot of people didn't like you, or you can't make friends easy, because I hear people be like, why is it so hard to make friends, or why is it so hard for me to do whatever? I see that a lot. Like, I'm surprised I see that a lot. And I be telling people, it's like easy to build a friendship. The hard part is being selective the selection process, basically. It's hard to try to figure out who is who. You got to really know what green flags to look for. We all know what red flags to look for, but what green flags do we look for at the very beginning of a situation to determine whether or not that person is somebody that we should like marry or befriend or be in a relationship with? These are all things that you figure out when you become a very spiritual person. You're starting to pray, you're starting to meditate, so you can begin to trust your instincts if you didn't before, and especially if you're a woman, because we have like this gut thing that's like built with us. All of us have it. It's like all of us women, and I'm just talking about women, like we have it so well. I think men have it, but men have it in a different way. Us, we really have it. Like women, we got that shit down to a T. So it's like just putting us in a position to where we actually trust it, instead of us thinking and maybe we're just tripping, or maybe because we was hurt in our last relationship, we don't want to, you know, blame this new guy for this old man stuff. We be second guessing our gut, our intuition. And once you become on this platform of trusting God and trusting your own gut and being like doing the spiritual work that you need to do, burning your sage, you know, cutting all of that meat out, being vegetarian or being vegan at least, you know, whatever it is that, and I'm still struggling with the meat thing because I love chicken. Let me just tell you something, chicken and turkey, oh my God, turkey ground. I put turkey in everything. I put that shit on everything. Like turkey ground is in my spaghetti. I make turkey burgers. So getting rid of meat is kind of hard. And don't even get me started on bacon. Don't get me started. Like, I don't like bacon grease. I don't like the way that bacon grease smell, or pork grease. I hate the way it smells. I don't like it. But my mom eats it all the time. And I used to just hate like going to her house, because every time I would go over there, she have a pork chop. Some bacon, damn, fucking, you know, that like ham steak that my mom is definitely eating that, and I come over there, I'm like, damn, you just want me to be fat, you know what I'm saying? Like, but getting rid of all of that stuff, getting rid of all of that, those types of foods and everything that you consume on a day-to-day basis helps you spiritually. And when I say consume, I don't just mean food. I mean like sex partners. I mean stuff that you're watching, stuff that you're looking at, social media apps. Like I just said, like YouTube was like a poisonous, toxic like environment for me. Like it just didn't, it wasn't blending well with my energy. It never blended well with my energy. But for some reason, I just kept being on it because I felt like I love doing videos, number one. Like I love producing videos. If you haven't seen any of my videos, my produced videos, please check that stuff out, because I put a lot of energy into it because I'm an artist. Like I like video editing, I like graphic design, I like designing software and apps and stuff like that. So when you love something like that, you just, that's your way to release. That's your form of meditation. And so I would get onto YouTube and do videos because that was my form of meditation. But then the people on there were kind of toxic, and I should have detached myself from that platform, because a lot of the people on that platform that frequent that platform often are the main reason why a lot of the negative rumors that are spread about me, that's the main reason why a lot of them are spread. Because a lot of the people that don't even know me, they just know me like through doing little live streams and stuff like that, they talk as if they know me well, but they don't know me spiritually. And I feel like if people knew me spiritually, or if they knew my character, it would be easier to say something positive about me. But I feel like I didn't get the opportunity to blend with the type of people that I'm supposed to blend with. I just didn't get that opportunity. Like I have a lot of people that follow me on YouTube, and they're my subscribers, and they're kind of distant from me. It's weird. It's like they'll contact me on Instagram, or they'll contact me on my phone, or send me an email and be like, yo, I've been watching your videos since bop time. But there's been like this weird disconnection between us, and I think that has to do with my spirituality and how I've been disconnecting myself from my tribe and from the people that I would actually blend well. Because some people you just not going to be cool with. Some people you just don't mess with because y'all can't relate, that they're not part of your tribe. And I just felt like I spent a lot of my time being in the midst of a whole bunch of people that I had friction with, because sometimes oil and vinegar, like say for instance, not oil and vinegar. I said oil and vinegar like a Subway sandwich. You know, you put oil, salt, pepper, oil and vinegar. My bad, I got food on the brain. My bad. Anyway, like, no, I mean like oil and water. You know, some things they just don't go together, and regardless to how much of it you put in there, you can't oversaturate it. You know, some people you just not gonna mesh with, and I feel like a lot of that had to do with what my calling is to begin with. Like, I started off when I first moved to Atlanta being a gospel singer and minister, and I feel like I was supposed to continue doing that. I've always loved public speaking. I've always loved trying to bring something positive to people's lives, serving them. That's been my main thing my whole life. But I didn't stick to ministering, and I'm assuming it had something to do with just the concept of religion, you know, and that I was more of a metaphysical or spiritual person. Like, you look at the stuff that I post, I'm always talking about financial management. I'm always talking about relationships. I'm always talking about God and stuff like that. But I felt like on YouTube, I couldn't be that, but I could be that on Instagram, or I could be that on Facebook, or I could just be myself in certain places, and in other places I couldn't. And back then I didn't understand. I didn't understand the difference between the two, or the disconnection there, until I got off of social media for 5 months and just started just chilling and focusing on me. I had to literally find myself for 5 months. That 5 months I was gone did me some great justice, because I actually took that time. You ever seen like those memes? You on Instagram, okay? You on Instagram Live, so I know you be on Instagram like that. So if you watching my content, that means that you like to look at the same type of memes and quotes I look at, right? So I know you seen these memes where it tell you take 6 months off and don't tell nobody what you're doing, and just go learn something, learn a trade, get your finances together, lose some weight, something like that, and then come back. That's basically what I did. So when you see that meme, anytime you see that meme or that quote where it tell you take 6 months off and then come back and you be like refreshed, that shit works. Like, it worked. Like, sitting back and just learning and reading and focusing on myself and doing the self-care and not worried about nobody else but me. It made me be a better person as I've decided to come back and be of service to other people. You can't be of service to other people when you're not 100% in yourself. You understand? So for me, I just felt like finally, you know, I finally found who I am and what I want to do and what I want to be. So anyway, back to what I didn't digress, but what I want to talk about with spirituality is the two things that had just happened to me yesterday and today that I feel like maybe I brought into my energy. And all of you positive energy people, all of you spiritual people, all of you people who may pray or know about God, or even if you with the Nation of Islam, even if you know, are Mormon or Catholic or whatever your religion is, maybe you can help me out with this, okay? Because I'm always helping out everybody else. Maybe you can help me out with this, so next time somebody asks me about this, I can give them some great advice. All right, so let's get to it. Okay. My bad. My bad. That was all me. My bad. Sexual transmutation. I think it's called transmutation. Is it called transmutation? Sexual transmutation? Anyway, sex magic. Sex magic. Okay. So, the premise of sex magic is that you can have sex, you can masturbate, or you can have sex with your partner and manifest your stuff that you want to happen in your reality. Like, if you want a new house, while you're having sex, right before you're about to orgasm, you think about this house, you think about this car, you think about this money that you want, and think about this stuff while using the energy of the orgasm to push it out into the universe, basically. All right, that's basically what it boils down to, right? So I understand that as far as a metaphysical like tool that people use to manifest stuff. But here's the problem with me. When I seen it classified as sex magic last night when I was on Facebook, I didn't understand it, because that's not the terminology that I've seen people use when I'm looking up stuff as far as my metaphysical beliefs go. Like, if I'm looking at the laws of the universe, or if I'm looking at something that has to do with like the law of attraction, or like just manifesting stuff in general. I never seen anybody call it sex magic before. So I was like, this must be a black people thing. right? Because there was a time where I've been into metaphysics for at least 20 years, right? Yeah, at least 20 years. And when I'm looking at metaphysical stuff, it had always been something that people that weren't of color were doing. So I would see white people doing it. I would see some Asians do it. But for the most part, I learned my metaphysical beliefs from white people. And the one person who has taught me the most is Esther Hicks. Now, if you don't know who Esther Hicks is, I'm not big into channeling. If you don't know what channeling is, just go look up channeling on Google. But I'm not big into channeling, but she channels this entity that she calls Abraham. And it's supposed to be intelligence, right? From another place that's teaching her, well, not teaching her, teaching us how to deal with our energy and the universe and stuff like that. And so once I decided to take out the fact that she was channeling and that it was something negative, like I couldn't believe that she was like in touch with some aliens and the aliens was telling her what that she needs to be teaching us. And I just thought that was like some bullshit. But then again, when you think about religion and when you're talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, that sounds just as like outlandish if you really think about it, right? Like to the atheist or to the person that likes to think logically a lot, when you start talking about Christianity or when you start talking about the laws of the universe or people channeling like aliens and all types of just stuff far-fetched, all of it starts to sound similar, like Father Sky, you know what I mean? Like you're praying to a big, over-exaggerated, big-sized version of human being in the sky sitting on the throne who's got like a puppet master and like designing your life for you. That type of thing, right? It's the same thing when you look at Esther Hicks or Abraham Hicks. So I took that part out. I took out any negativity. I had to empty my cup. Okay. I had to empty my cup to put something in it. And what made me decide to empty my cup to put her stuff in it or to put Abraham stuff in it or metaphysical stuff in it, I had to go do research first. So anyway, back to this whole sex magic thing. So last night I'm in this like goddess group on Facebook, right? And inside of it, they talk about spirituality and how to, manifest things and how to be, basically a goddess. I'm already a goddess. I know how to manifest a whole bunch of things, but I'm consistently learning new things because that's the only way you can continue to manifest success in your life. Even if you're not on a spiritual like plane, the only way you can continue to be great is if you continue to learn every day. And there will always be new processes every day to be better every day. So life is nothing but a learning experience. It's a journey. It's something that you keep doing every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that you could just walk away from and think you're about to be successful. That's not how it works. So I'm in the goddess group. I'm learning stuff from these queens and they're telling me all types of stuff. So they said something about sex magic last night. I was like, first of all, I don't want to have nothing to do with sex. Like, I didn't even think about sex right now. I'm doing what I need to do to secure the bag. You understand? Like, I'm trying to secure the bag for my kids. I'm trying to be out here just doing a damn thing for myself, for the people that are listening to the sound of my voice. I got to make sure I'm 100 so I can be able to give them the positive energy that they need. I listened to Neville Goddard, who was taught by a black dude named Abdullah. Forever students, I'm gonna need for you to DM me a link about that so I can look into that and see what that's about. I like to absorb knowledge. Let's just put it that way, like from everything. Doesn't mean that I'm going to apply it to my life. I still want to see what it's about. So anyway, last night they was talking about sex magic and I was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with sex. Like, I'm good. I got goals I'm trying to accomplish. I got to focus. I don't got time to be dealing with no man and his issues right now. I just don't. I'm not interested. And then they were talking about the masturbation part of it. I was like, oh, so I gotta have sex with myself. Okay. But I don't think that I could take something that's so serious as far as my goals, my well-being, my money, my finances, and all of that stuff and attach it to sex. I was like, because it's two different things. It's like departmentalized. And so then I got onto Instagram today and I was scrolling through and lo and behold, I seen this picture of this woman who was masturbated and she had all of these flowers and stuff all over her body. And the guy that posted it was kind of like an author. He is an author, but he's like kind of a spiritual teacher, right? And he was talking about sex magic. I was like, okay, so I go into his comment section because this is the second time I'm seeing it. So with it being the second time I'm seeing it in under 24 hours, I thought maybe I needed to comment on this. So I go and I comment on it, and I'm like, well, I don't know if this is something that I can do, because I don't know if I could take like something so serious, my goals, my things that I want to do, like the businesses that I want to start, the homes I want to buy, my stock, my investment portfolio, all of these things are so serious to me. I don't know if I could concentrate on that while I'm trying to enjoy sex. You understand what I'm saying? Whether I'm having sex with somebody else or myself, I don't think that I could mesh the two. I don't know how I would be able to do sex magic, right? And manifest all of the things that I want to accomplish. I couldn't fathom it in my mind. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't be able to later on after I learned how, but at this present time, this is what I was putting on his post. And so he comes in and he responds and he says to me, why don't you buy a guide? And I thought to myself, do I want to invest in a guide? And instantly I was like, no. Because number one, I got Google. Google is like, oh my God, it gives you so much damn information. That's number one. Number two, I got all of these people inside of my inbox that do spirit work. And they're offering all of these free guides, free tarot readings, free all of this stuff, right? Free material for me to take advantage of. I don't think this is the proper time for me to be buying a guide when I got all of these people pushing all this free information in my face, right? So I say to him, nah, I'm going to take advantage of the free knowledge. And he gets upset. And he says that that's discouraging to him, right? That's just discouraging. He was like a little upset. And I said, well, what's discouraging to you? The fact that I can't mix this, my dreams, the things that I want to accomplish, that and sex, or the fact that I don't want to pay for a guide? You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? He said, because I didn't want a guide because he's trying to get sales. And I was thinking right then, I was like, oh, so my spirit work isn't important to you. You just want sales. That's your biggest problem right there. Let me explain something to you before I get back into this spiritual stuff. Let's talk about business and money for 2 moments, okay? Number one, if you got passion in your business, right? 9 times out of 10, you passionately doing this because it's your passion. You want to help people. You want to improve. You're not trying to do sales. You're not worried about pushing this product in front of them. You just want them to improve as a human being. That's me. That's the type of person I am. I'm not pushing any products. If you notice, you look on my social media platforms, it's all free stuff. Okay, when I think of a product or a service that I want to provide to you, if you do not invest in it, I'm not going to sit somewhere and be upset. I'm not going to get discouraged. I'm not going none of that. Because the whole purpose of me doing God's work or doing the work of the universe is so I can serve someone else. And when you're naturally out here serving other people, usually the money just going to follow behind easily anyway, especially when you're talking about selling a product that's in relation to manifesting stuff. If you are a good manifestor, whether or not Soncerae buys your guide won't matter, because you so good at manifesting everything in your life, nothing I do matter anyway. Because you manifested. Listen, when you manifesting and you dealing with the universe gonna give you what you want, regardless to whether I'm investing in your God or not. So when I seen it, immediately I thought to myself, let me post something on my Instagram so people can understand. If other people want to play around with their spirit, if they want to go out here and just trust any type of teacher or trust any religious leader and play with their soul like that, that's on them. But me, I have to protect my energy. I spent too much time giving my energy to the wrong village, to the wrong tribe, being around the wrong people, making poor decisions because I'm surrounded by all this toxicity that I'm absorbing and I didn't even mean to. Right? Y'all want to do that? That's on you. But I got to be very selective. So I was like, let me do some research first on this sex magic stuff and take in all of this free information before I go buy some spiritual teacher that I only been following for one day before I just trust this guy. Like, I like his quotes. I like what he has to say. But I don't know if I'm ready to invest in him and his business. I got to see, is this really somebody that I need to be trusting to guide my spirit? I can't just trust just any random person to do that. I'm not about to play with my soul like that. And he was like literally mad. So right then, right when he was in, and whether he was mad, hurt, upset, none of that is neither here nor there. The negative response, the response that came after I told him what I said, is what made me be like, oh, this is the wrong person right here. This is not my tribe. This is not somebody who I need to be following. This is not for me. Doesn't mean he's not for other people. Everybody has a role. You understand? Everybody's voice, everybody's message is important. It's for someone. If you are trying to speak life into somebody else, your message is unique. Your message is being consumed by someone who wants certain things in a particular way. So the way that you do your stuff uniquely works for whoever the message is for. That's how the universe works. Everybody got a role. Everybody is out here teaching somebody something about their journey. Okay? Now, mind you, we're having this conversation. In comes this other chick. And I'm like, she's talking about, well... She was on some pick Misha shit. So anyway, she was like, well, let me just kiss your butt. To him, coddling him and shit. Because he all sitting somewhere claiming he hurt. Because I don't want to buy a guide. Right? And I'm thinking, don't do that. Because she was telling him, she was basically saying, don't worry about it. People who genuinely want the knowledge will buy the knowledge. And I'm like, hold on, don't do that, honey. Because just because I'm telling him I don't want to buy his guide doesn't mean that I don't want the knowledge. I'm saying, let me go do some research about this first before I buy into something I don't know nothing about. Why would I sit here and do something like that? I don't even know what he's teaching, what he's doing, what sex magic is exactly. I could be out here doing voodoo. I don't even know. Out here just praying to some God I don't need to be praying to. Conjuring up spirits and demons and shit I don't need to be fucking with. I am not doing that, okay? So I need to go figure out what's really going on with this before I invest into this dude specifically. And if I don't invest into this specific guide, it doesn't mean that there aren't any other products and services or workshops that I can invest in as far as he goes. Because that wasn't his only thing he was selling. Like, he had guides, he had workshops, he had different things that he was doing. So just because I didn't buy this one guide didn't mean that all of the other things that he had to offer wasn't going to be of interest to me. So you guys, when you're out here, and this is business I'm about to talk to you about, putting the spirituality aside for a second again, business wise, if you out here selling a product or you got something that you want everybody to see, do not get discouraged when one person is not interested in it or one person is not liking that very product, because you could put out another product in the same company that you own and this person might want that, or you can put out another service and this person might want that service. So don't, when you hear a no from somebody or you hear somebody not interested, don't take it personal. It just doesn't apply to their life at that moment. And if you are a good business person or if you are a good salesperson, you are not going to sit there and get emotional off of a person's no. Okay? Because it's so many other yeses. Anyway, let me go read this. You said, I think it's about our goals being top of mind. So when we climax, we feel good about what we want. Others want to bring that feeling about. I understand. Yeah, I think that is what it is about forever students. Action. Hey, action, put good out into the universe and surely it shall return in one form or another. That's true. He went overboard. I seen it. He had a lot of ego on it. Oh, so you saw me. You saw me. You saw me. My bad. Listen, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just like, yo, I got all of these. Listen, first of all, Google is your friend. All right, let me just tell you, Google will teach you anything because listen, there is nothing on this planet. I'm not going to say nothing. Most things people have thought about already. The reason why some people are more successful than others is because their work ethic, number one, and number two, the uniqueness on top of the brand associated with whatever product or service that they're selling. If you're good at marketing, you will be able to sell anything to anybody. You will be able to sell water to a whale. Okay? You will be able to sell shark bait to a shark. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's like you can sell anything when you fix your brand, okay? And once people can trust you, a brand ain't nothing but you being consistent, people being able to get from you what you said they could get from you, you being able to use the right colors, terminology, music, visual aids. All it is just an accumulation of you doing the right thing at the right time, and take it serious and be consistent. And once you keep doing that over and over and over and over again, you can get people to trust your brand. And next thing you know, you Starbucks. You understand? Like, let me tell you something. There is so much more better coffee out there than Starbucks. Better coffee. You know what made Starbucks the best thing since sliced bread? Them writing your name on the cup. That uniqueness. Just them writing your name on the cup is what blew Starbucks up. It wasn't their coffee. That coffee is garbage. That coffee, listen, that coffee don't taste no better than some random coffee that you could just pick up from like a 7-Eleven, okay? What made Starbucks be Starbucks was just because they started writing your name on the cup. So whatever it is that you're trying to sell, product, service, someone else is selling, but you got to find a unique way to get people to buy it. So I wanted to see, okay, what is this man showing me, telling me that's different from every other person that is contacting me right now? Because if you guys haven't noticed, and we're talking to all the spiritual people, all the people out here that's about the universe, if you're looking on social media right now, who coming up? The come up now is tarot readers and psychics. They are starting to flood Instagram. All right? Like, if you listen, all you got to do is do hashtag spiritual healing, hashtag something that got to do with spirituality, and suddenly you're going to get a whole bunch of tarot readers, psychics, spiritual guides, African prophets and all types of stuff in your inbox, in your DM. It's so many of them because they're starting to become popular on this platform as well. It wasn't always like that. You have to factor in that everybody is on the internet right now. Everybody on the internet right now. So everybody is trying to figure out how to generate income. So all of the people that's been on the internet all this time, like me, with my online businesses and things I've been doing, I've been here. I've been here long before all these other people decided that they want to become business owners online, right? I'm seeing how the internet is changing into this different thing, because before, the internet used to just be this like black screen, which is you type of little white letters, black screen, white or green letters, and that was it. Or the only time that you could really talk was if you was in a forum, or everybody used to talk on like Yahoo Messenger, and that's it. There was like nowhere else to like talk. Now everybody all over the internet. So you as a person, when you looking at products and services online, you have to be careful. One more example before I go. There's this company called Freya Treasures. Freya Treasures reached out to me on Instagram, and they said to me, listen, we need you to be an ambassador. We like that you wear jewelry. You're a beautiful person. You know, you got a following. We want you to sell our jewelry. They came to my daughter and said this too. My daughter has her own Instagram. My daughter is an influencer. All right. My daughter, beautiful, right? Everybody who hasn't seen my daughter, I will give you her Instagram handle, but I don't know if she's ready for that. she ready for that. Anyway, so they came to her. I was like, yo, we want you to wear our jewelry. I go to the site. They say to me, all you got to do is pay for shipping. I'm like, okay, I go to the site. This jewelry, $300. $300 worth of jewelry. Because the code that they gave me a coupon code. And the coupon code was for $300 worth of jewelry. So I'm looking at the jewelry, high class jewelry, real good, decent jewelry. And I'm like, oh, let's do it. High five, sister. We're about to be ambassadors for this good ass jewelry company. It took them forever to ship us the jewelry. And when we got it, it was that fashion jewelry that you get out of the beauty supply store that's like in a plastic. Like anybody who's been in the beauty supply store, you know, like the regular fashion jewelry that's like $2 and some change. And people out here, I brought this up as an example because people need to understand, when you're buying products and services online, you don't know what you're going to get. You ever seen those memes where they're talking about you order something on Wish and this is what you think you're going to get, and then this be the shit you really get? That's how it is. Everybody's saying their product is this, is that, is 100%, but you never really know until you literally have the product in your hand. So branding is about people knowing for sure that the product or service that they get is good and it's good quality. That's where branding comes from. And a lot of people out here that's trying to be business owners and they're selling products, they're out here, they're getting you. It's a girl right now who swears up and down she's making $10,000 on YouTube monthly, and you go look at her channel and it does not reflect that, but her ass is on Clubhouse pushing this make money on YouTube situation, right? Make money. You can make this amount of money. I'm gonna teach you how to make this amount of money. She's not making that money off YouTube. She's making money off of you guys buying her course. It isn't that she's making money off the channel, but she's telling people, I make money off YouTube. No, you're making money by telling people that you make money off YouTube because they want to learn how to get views. They want to learn how to be the content creator that goes out here and makes this amazing ass content and becomes millionaires. What a lot of people don't tell you about being a content creator or influencer is that you got to have more than one source of income. It's not just going to be Instagram that's going to get you bread, or it's not going to be just YouTube that gets you bread. You got to do more than one. You got to be able to juggle multiple streams of income. You got to be able to do something like this. Let's say, for instance, you're a barber. Let's take social media out altogether. You're a barber, right? You cut hair. That's what you do. You make money off cutting hair. But guess what else you can make money off of? Selling a damn do-rag. Some guys, like when I used to go to the beauty supply, to the barbershop, because I used to have short hair. I used to have a barber. He used to do my eyebrows. It'd be more than one thing. I'm paying him to do my hair, cut my hair, and I'm paying him to do my eyebrows. So as a business owner, you're doing more than one thing. So with this spiritual teacher, like I said, he had a guide, but he also had workshops and other products. That's what ends up making you so much money. The side gigs alongside the main gig. That's all it is. But people think it's, oh, I'm going to get on YouTube and then I'm going to make $2 million a year, or, something ridiculous like that. Nah, it take you really doing like speaking engagements, like artists. Let's say, for instance, you're a rapper or a singer, right? The record label is taking most of your money because 9 times out of 10, they fronted you a advance. And 9 times out of 10, they own your masters and shit like that. So when they own your masters, they're able to make money off of plays. Like if somebody else played your music in a commercial, like how Target keep playing Mary J. Blige. Whoever owned Mary J. Blige masters is making money off that. Artists make money off their performances and appearances. Some artists were smart, like 50 Cent, and got all of this money and kept getting money year after year every time he put out an album. But most artists and performers, that's not how it's working for them. So money, when you see people out here and they have all this money and they look like, oh, they're a singer, that's why they have all this money. No, they have money from appearances, performing, stuff like that. The side stuff that you're doing, it's accumulation. And once you do so many, like people, for example, another example before I go, I keep giving y'all examples of shit, but I gotta go. So one more example before I go. OnlyFans. I'm on OnlyFans, right? If I just had one man in my life, let's say I just had a man, I wasn't taking pictures, I was just relying on my one man to be my provider. He was just giving me all this money, right? Giving me all this money. For every one man that will give me $1,000 for maybe I wanted a handbag, or I wanted, I don't know, my nails done, my hair done, my feet done, I got 60 men doing that. What's 60 times $1,000? I rest my goddamn case. People could judge me all day long about being on OnlyFans, but you don't understand. if I sell one of my pictures, let's say one of my pictures is, it used to be $1,000, but I took it down for the holidays, and I think I'm gonna keep it down because a lot of men were like, I can't afford it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna slice it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all a nude picture for $200. Man ain't got no problem kicking out that bread. I had men come to me and be like, $200? I can't do that. You know why some men kick out that $200 for that nude? Because I'm Soncerae. Not because I'm showing them titties, because I'm showing them my titties. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Listen, it's because who the titties are attached to. It's branding. It's who I am that's making them be like, oh, hell yeah. I gotta see this shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first put up my OnlyFans and it was free. I let everybody in free. Do you know how many men swarmed my OnlyFans because they thought I was out there doing porn and I was giving it away for free? Man, I ain't never seen men flock so fast to something I did. I was like, get out of here. You dudes are tripping. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, I spent my modeling years taking pictures, and I was taking pictures for free. Right? I wasn't getting any money for those pictures I was taking. Years ago, I wasn't getting money for those pictures. I was getting money for making appearances. Like a club owner would pay me maybe $2,000, $3,000 to come out to the club and just bring people. Bring a swarm of models with me. I would bring like 20 or 30 models with me. And he would pay $2,000, $3,000, something like that. That's it. You know what I mean? And now it's like, oh shit, if I take a picture, I can sell that picture. I couldn't do that before. So to me, OnlyFans ain't about my sexuality or if I'm a hoe or none of that. It's about that bread, homie. Like I got a son. I gotta take care of my son. What you talking about? And I want my son to live a good life. I want him to live like my daughter had a great life, you know, because she had 2 financially stable parents. But I'm here by myself. So the kind of lifestyle I want my son to have will be double the lifestyle that my daughter had, because I learned so much the first time. So this time, as far as business and money goes, I want to be able to go out there and do whatever I need to for my son. I don't want to do anything that I'm selling my soul. Like, people were like, Soncerae, please tell me you're not selling your soul, girl. I can't do it. I can't sign up for your OnlyFans. I got too much respect for you, girl. I know times is hard. It's like, I'm not doing porn. I'm not doing porn, I promise. Oh, thank God. I'm like, I really not. Like, I can't sell my soul in that way. I can't sell my soul in any way. Straight up. Like, listen, even if I was, let's say for instance I was doing porn, God still loves me. All right? God is not judging me. People do. And so I want to know, after y'all finish watching this live stream, I want you to come into my messengers, right? Or come into my comment section of this live stream on IGTV, because that's where it's going to be. And I want y'all to tell me, what did I do in order to end up in that situation that I was talking about earlier with the spiritual teacher? What did I do to manifest that reality into my life? That's what I wanted. That was the premise of this live stream. The story I told a minute ago about the spiritual teacher and about manifesting. How did I manifest that specific experience that ended up being negative? That's the question. Is it something that I was thinking? Because I don't think it had anything to do with any type of hesitation I had with spiritual teachers. I don't know why that situation went that way. Or it could have just been simple as, oh, this is an indicator that you and this person are only supposed to interact limitedly, in a limited way. So tell me what you think about manifestation. If you got any links about the laws of the universe, anything about spirituality, anything about your soul, put it in my comment section below. I gotta go, y'all. I got to go. Have vision and stay focused. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, have vision and stay focused, y'all. Bye.